Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tackle a really big question, something that's on a lot of our minds. How do you go from just being, good at your job to being the person your team absolutely cannot live without? We're going to break down one person's incredible journey and pull out a real playbook for making that happen. So let's just start right there. What is it? What's the secret sauce that separates a good employee from a truly indispensable one? I mean, is it just about ticking all the boxes and doing your job well? Or is there something more, a whole other level we can reach? To really get to the bottom of this, we're going to dive into the story of one specific person, Sharon Huston. And what's so fascinating here is that she didn't just do her job, she completely redefined it. She basically built a brand new, incredibly valuable role for herself from the inside out.
Okay, so if you looked at her job description on paper, it was, well, pretty standard, right? Design training materials, work with experts, all good stuff, but nothing that screams indispensable. But what she was actually doing? She was building automation scripts that saved thousands of dollars. She was designing completely new systems. Her title never changed, but what she did day to day, wow, it became something totally different.
So you're probably asking, how? How did she pull that off? Well, the heart of this whole transformation really comes down to one powerful skill: automation. And this is key. It wasn't just about her trying to work a little bit faster. It was about fundamentally changing the work itself. She got really good with tools like AutoHotkey. These are basically simple programming languages that let you automate all those boring, repetitive tasks on a computer. But for her, it wasn't just about saving herself a few clicks. Her goal was bigger. She wanted to change how the entire team operated. Every single tedious, manual job wasn't a chore to her. It was a puzzle, an opportunity to create a better, smarter way of doing things. And the results? They started showing up, and fast. One of the first things she built was a simple script just to format documents, and the impact was huge. It cut the time they spent on that one task by 66%. I mean, just think about that for a second. One little piece of code saved her team almost a full work week of time in just the first few months it was used. And this wasn't some one-hit wonder. No, this became her thing. It was like her mission. Fast forward to 2020, and she had personally written and was taking care of over 16,000, that's 1,000 with a T, lines of code. And get this, across 5 different programming languages. This wasn't a little hobby on the side anymore. She was literally building an entire engine of efficiency for her team. And the payoff for all this work? It was just staggering. At one point, during this really critical software upgrade, a single macro she built saved the company an estimated $40,000. But you know what's even more important? It saved the team 3 whole weeks of mind-numbing manual work. That right there, that's the jump from I'm making my own job easier to I am having a massive impact on this business. You don't have to take my word for it. Her manager's review said it all. The word they used was game changer. Her work wasn't just a nice little improvement. It completely transformed the team's productivity and their accuracy. And here's the really crucial part. She identified and solved a huge problem that nobody even asked her to solve. She just saw it and fixed it.
But being a lone genius is one thing. That's valuable for sure. But being a force multiplier, that's when you become indispensable. And that's what she did next. She didn't just keep these innovations to herself. She figured out how to share them and lift up the entire team.
You can actually see how her influence spread. It started with her introducing new tools like Microsoft Teams to get everyone communicating better. Then she helped build a team wiki, kind of like a shared brain for the whole department. And eventually, she started formally mentoring and training her coworkers. She was taking her personal superpowers and making them the team's superpowers. And the result of all that? Well, she wasn't just seen as the person who's really good at her job anymore. Her manager started using words like model collaborator, mentor, innovator. That's it. She made the jump from just being a great individual contributor to being someone who made everyone around her better. Okay, so what makes a person tick like this? What drives someone to consistently go so far beyond their job description? You might think the answer is in some management book, but you'd be wrong. In her case, the clue is in an essay she wrote about space. I mean, this quote is so telling. She's talking about how our species can either advance into space or become dinosaurs. She's taking that huge existential idea, adapt or become extinct, and applying it to her job every day. That reveals a mindset that's always looking past the immediate to-do list and thinking about the risks and opportunities of tomorrow. It's an explorer's mindset, plain and simple.
And this wasn't just some high-level philosophy for her. No, it translated directly into what she did. When the pandemic hit, she was the one who pioneered a text-to-speech solution that let the team keep producing content. She was always future-proofing their work by building these shared code libraries. She was constantly poking around with new technologies just to see what was out there, what was possible. See the pattern? She was always preparing for the future, not just reacting to whatever crisis was happening today. So, okay, when you put all these pieces together, this obsession with automation, this deep focus on making the team better, and this forward-looking explorer's mindset, what do you end up with? You get a legacy, a lasting impact that completely redefines what it even means to be successful in that kind of job. In the end, her manager put it perfectly. They called her a rare talent whose efforts transformed the way we work. And that, right there, is the whole story. She didn't just do her job, she fundamentally redesigned how the job was done, not just for her, but for everyone. So what's the playbook here? What can we learn from this story? It really boils down to 4 key things. Number 1, redefine your role. Look past what's written on the paper and see what's actually possible. 2, automate the boring stuff. Every repetitive task is an opportunity in disguise. 3, share your knowledge. Don't be a lone genius, make your whole team smarter. And number 4, cultivate that explorer's mindset. Be the person who's always looking ahead to see what's coming next. When you look at a story like this, it's pretty clear that real, lasting impact, it has nothing to do with your job title. It's all about the transformation you can create. It's about the legacy you build. So, I guess that leaves all of us with a question to chew on. What legacy are you building?